theater of Caesarea that was built by Herod, and all the ancient marble that has been gathered. Welcome to Caesarea. You'll see behind me there is the theater. It's not an amphitheater. An amphitheater is closed and where they would do performances in a closed stadium. This is actually open, so it's just a theater. This is where they had singers and performances, and soon we'll see the amphitheater, which is where they did different horse races and things like that. It's so beautiful here. Learning the history is just unbelievable, how it went from Herod the Great built this theater and originally built Caesarea. It was a huge port that ships would come in and out of, and an earthquake destroyed it, and it switched between hands so many times. And the history here is just amazing, to be standing in this historical spot where you see really remnants of what was here. You see the beautiful marble, you see this theater, and I'm going to show you a little bit more here. I'm going to turn around the camera and give you a little tour of where I'm standing, which is just beyond beautiful. All the ancient stones.
Some of it you can see over there is still authentic for you to realize. Okay.
So did Herod build the wall or the Byzantine?
No.
Byzantine.
Many years after Herod. When Herod lived, there was no threat over Judea because Herod was ordained by the Romans. And the Romans were the strongest force in the world. So he had all the confidence to build.
Amen, Abraham. These are the migrating birds flying over Israel. Hear about where we are.
And singing, and somehow he saw this writing that is right behind Michael there, okay? And this writing was under a seat, as the seat was used, as the stone was used as a secondary usage as a seat, okay? And what does it say? Let me read it to you in Latin. No, I'm joking. I'll read it to you in English, just a minute. Excuse me. It says, Pontius Pilate, the prefect of Judea, erected a building dedicated to Tiberius Caesar. So as I told you, we are speaking at the exact time of Jesus. Not only that Tiberius Caesar is the emperor, but Pontius Pilate is the local governor. Okay? So you know that he was here because the stone was here and he lived in Caesarea. However, You don't need the stone. Do you know why you don't need the stone? Because you know what was going on here. And if you don't, I'm here to tell you. Listen to this. Caesarea was a Roman city that was built by King Herod to make sure he will be favored by the Romans. And the Jewish people hated that because the Romans were the enemy. So this was the main reason why the Jews hated Jesus. Sorry, excuse my language. That's why they hated Herod the Great. Okay? Herod the Great was considered to be a traitor. He was not chosen by the Jewish people. He was chosen by the Romans. How can you be my king if my enemy chose you to be my leader? Okay? So, he's building Caesarea in favor of the Romans. This is a political gesture. That's your city. That's your harbor. Come in, use it as much as you can. Yet at the same time, Jerusalem was Jewish. So why am I saying you don't need that? Because when Pontius Pilate came to live in Judea, does he care to live in Jerusalem? No, wait, no amphitheaters, no theaters, no gladiator fights, not the other thing that I shouldn't mention in front of you guys. He wanted to live here. This was the great place. Now, if you still have some patience and focus, and you can focus on something, let me suggest something else. Why did he meet Jesus? Why did Pontius Pilate meet Jesus in Caesarea? Was that a random encounter, or was it actually something that should have happened? Obviously, you say that was the calling of God, but you can also understand the historical context. At that specific moment, Pontius Pilate would have had to go to Jerusalem. Do you know why? It was his job. What was his job? If you come here as a Roman procurator, governor, you need to make sure that there's no upsetting of the order, that everything is running according to, to the Roman rules. Now, there were 3 timings during the year when the Jews went to Jerusalem and an uprising might occur. Which are those 3 times? Yael, you can help us. The 3 times. Please tell everybody.
Pay your taxes.
Passover.
Passover, Sukkot. Well done, my friends. Well done. And Shavuot. Okay. So these are the 3 occasions, and therefore no wonder that Pontius Pilate will go to Jerusalem that moment. And of course, because of this event, Jesus is walking to Jerusalem with the rest of the Jewish people. So this encounter is not random. It was bound to happen. Do you understand?